Welcome. Today, I have the opportunity to introduce the topic of learner engagement. As teachers in the online world, our challenge is to create an environment to stimulate and inspire our learners to engage with the subject matter in the process of acquiring knowledge. Learner engagement is a hot topic in higher education today. Years of research has shown that being engaged counts more in terms of learning outcomes than student demographics or choice of college or major. Each year, thousands of universities participate in the National Survey of Student Engagement in hopes of finding the key to success. With the increased popularity of online course delivery, the topic of engaging learners who are at a distance takes on added significance. The fact is that even if you are the most engaging classroom teacher in the world, you are not going to capture most of your students' attention using the same methods in the online world. In the traditional classroom, it's fairly easy to tell when you are losing your students. Eyelids droop, heads start to bob, and you have this funny feeling that the clickety-clackety of the keyboard isn't the result of copious note-taking. In the online classroom, it's a little more difficult, if not impossible, to tell what your students are doing. The online student has access to so many more distractions that it's sometimes hard to keep them engaged in their learning, which makes our task even more important. Our teaching strategies and learning activities need to evolve to meet the needs of today's online learner. But what is learner engagement? First, we need the learner, or the student, and then we need the, oh no, that's not right. The basic definition of learner engagement is the act of sharing in the activities of a group, or in our case, the learning activities of a course. Engagement means we are connected and involved, and others are connected and involved. When we engage others, we are not pushing content, but rather we are conversing, asking for opinions, involving others in problem solving, idea generation, and knowledge development. It is holistic learning, or putting your heart and mind into knowledge acquisition. The concept of learner engagement emerged from the sustained research into higher education student learning and can be traced to the classical works on quality of effort, good practices of undergraduate education, and involvement principles. The concept of learner engagement is often confused with motivation or persistence among students, yet it is different and unique. Motivation and persistence are psychological states, whereas engagement is a behavior that results from an interaction among student and faculty about subject matter within an environment in which the student's input results in learning. To nurture and support learner engagement, 6 conditions or antecedents need to be present. These antecedents are listening to others even when viewpoints are different, authentic communication in a way that other knows and identifies with person, transparent processes that leave no doubt about the intentions, purpose, and values, evidence that knowledge is created and built and not dictated by one expert, responsiveness indicating the value of, at the moment, thoughts, ideas, problems, and issues, sense of security to build relationships by exploring and immersing oneself in different environments and cultures. Research supports that the key building blocks for learner engagement include social responsiveness and reciprocal interactions to let the participants know the other is there to help. Once the nurturing environment is created, attention turns to the attributes or characteristics of learner engagement. These are the 4 E's. Excitement. The engaged learner experiences a flow of effort and focused attention that results in changes in the brain. Specifically, there is a catecholamine rush in the brain, which results in this feeling of excitement. Emotional connections are developed amongst engaged learners and the subject matter. Coming together stimulates the vagus nerve and oxytocin is released, resulting in bonding and trust. Oxytocin is the hormone of love, the love of learning, the love of caring, the love of, well, I'll let you fill in the blank for yourself. Empowerment, or enabling people to act, think, control, and make decisions in autonomous ways and be in control of their own destiny. And the last E, extra. That extra effort, extra involvement, extra initiative as the learner takes accountability for the learning process and craves more. These are characteristics of engaged learners which result in deep learning, defined in the literature as a type of learning that focuses on reflection, analysis, synthesis, evaluation, and integration. It is important to remember that the attributes of engagement are not a cop-out for avoiding standards or what really matters. Engaged learning is focused on knowledge development. You will note that excellence is not one of the E's because learner engagement involves risk, and with risk is the potential for failure. As Samuel Smiles said, we learn wisdom from failure much more than from success. If students are not excited and empowered by the material being studied, they may recall enough facts to pass a test, but they do not integrate the knowledge of the learned material into the neural storage complex of the human brain. The concept of learner engagement has significance for all segments of higher education as well as society as a whole. Learner engagement is a precursor of knowledge and understanding. It brings students to the university through enhanced reputation, recruitment, enrollment, and retention. It facilitates learning and academic success as evidenced by better performance, development of lifelong learning skills, accountability, and commitment. It results in future generations better prepared to join the workforce and become engaged in issues of importance, and it promotes long-term connections and partnerships. So, that is the theoretical perspective. But how can we apply this in the everyday world of online teaching and learning? Studies have affirmed the utility of computers and information technology on promoting student engagement in the online learning experience. Engagement occurs at the point of intersection between the individual and the subject matter, and it is critical for knowledge acquisition. Communications, content, and collaboration are the key tactics in designing an engaging learning activity. Creation of learning activities that include dialogue, structure, and relationships are identified in the research literature as predictors of positive learner engagement. However, these modalities are not mutually exclusive, and as illustrated in this graphic, these tactics often come together in the design of online learning activities. Research has found that well-designed learning activities using asynchronous instructional technologies allow learners more time to think critically and reflectively, which in turn stimulates higher-order thinking, such as analysis, synthesis, judgment, and application of knowledge. Today, most college students arrive on campus with their own computer, digital music player, cell phone, and other digital technologies, and a lifetime of communicating and accessing content online. They come to the university looking for classes that are interactive as well as entertaining. Faculty are being challenged to design learning activities that are exciting, emotionally connected, empowering, and have that extra wow factor. Using dynamic learning strategies that engage the learner with the subject matter encourages deep learning. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Hey, I'm trying to teach. Is anyone out there learning? Hello? Hello? Anyone there? Remember, it's not about you, the teacher. It's all about the learner or the user of the online learning activity. Think about the difference between waiting to be taught and venturing out to learn. That is learner engagement. I hope this introduction to the concept of learner engagement has provided a foundation for our keynote speaker's presentation. I thank you for your attention.